G'day mates, in today's video I'm going to share the very sad news that Russian pro players going forward are not going to be able to claim prize money through Epic. A lot of people are very confused on why this is. Are pro players going to be able to continue competing if they're from Russia, and why is Epic making this decision, or is it not even their decision at all? I'm going to clear it all up in today's video. Let's jump into it. Now, I know I'm wearing a hat 2 videos in a row. I apologize. Today was a very rare day off for me. I wasn't planning on filming. When this news came up, I knew I had to make a video on it. This is one of, if not the craziest things I've ever reported in my videos. Fortnite Competitive made a statement saying effective March 11th, Russia will be added to the list of countries where players are ineligible to win cash prizes in Fortnite tournaments. That's starting today. As of today's video, until these sanctions are lifted, Russian players competing in Fortnite tournaments will no longer win any money whatsoever. And I know this is insane, so let's cover exactly why this is, because I feel like Epic is getting a lot of hate from people who are a bit uneducated on why they're making this decision. So first off, Russian players will still be able to compete in Fortnite tournaments as far as I'm aware, because the blog post doesn't say they can't. And with other countries that are on that same list they're talking about, when they play in tournaments, they can compete in them, they don't get banned, but then when they go to claim prize money, they aren't able to. Now, let's read the blog post to figure out exactly what's going on and why Epic made this decision. So the top is the same as the tweet. Then they said players residing in Russia must complete the prize verification process for any previous tournaments and claim funds from Epic's payment provider before March 22nd, 2022. So players like Kiriachi, who won $100,000 on the weekend in FNCS Grand Finals, they need to claim that money before March 22nd to be able to get it. And if they don't, it follows to say if cash prizes remain unclaimed after March 22nd, 2022, they will be frozen until Epic's payment service provider is able to resume prizing support for players residing in Russia. So players will still eventually get their prize money that they have previously earned, I believe, but going forward, they are not going to be eligible to win prize money until these sanctions lifted. So let me cover exactly what the sanctions are. I'm not going to go into too much detail. All you need to know is a bunch of countries around the world, including the US government, which is where Epic is based, they have now made sanctions against Russia where they will not be able to actually distribute funds to Russian bank accounts and through Russian financial institutions, as the US is obviously putting pressure on Russia to end the war on Ukraine. So it's not Epic that's trying to do this, because this is just punishing Fortnite pros and players who, I'm gonna guess, majority, if not all of them, do not want this war on Ukraine, and that has been pretty well documented. On the weekend, we had Kiriachi and Stormyride, a Russian and Ukrainian team, playing together, placed second in FNCS, and I actually think that was really insane to watch and insane to see. And a lot of people are confused how that's working. It's because the players don't hate each other. It's not their war, and I'm not going to make this all political, but this now means that players like Kiriachi, like Malabuka and Mustache, like Toos, like Putrick, there's so many massive Russian players. Some of the best players in EU are Russian. Going forward, they're going to be able to compete, but they can't win any prize money. And I know you're thinking, why would they compete then? I don't know if they will. I'm just assuming these Russian players will continue to compete, because most Fortnite pros do it because they love it. They don't just do it for the money, but some of them might have bills and things they need to pay. They are professionals at the end of the day. Yes, a lot of them are young and maybe live at home, but that you don't understand what their financial situation is at home. Maybe this prize money is one of the main things that's helping their family get through what is going to be an insane time. So again, don't want to make it too political, but I wanted to cover exactly what's going on, because a lot of people are getting very confused and thinking this is a statement by Epic. Epic's trying to, do their part to put the pressure on Russia to stop the war on Ukraine. That's not what they're doing. They're not making a political statement. They are actually physically ineligible to pay Russian players because of the institutions they work for and that they're using. It is also a situation where I would like to think maybe Russian players can compete and their prize money gets frozen, like they talked about with those other funds that they've previously earned, and then they can pay them out when I imagine these sanctions eventually are lifted. But again, we don't actually know where this situation is going to go with Russia and the war on Ukraine right now. And even then, I'm sure there is a massive legal headache around holding prize money and then distributing it later. And again, maybe that could be seen as Epic trying to get around the sanctions put on their company from the United States government. Not really someone you want to mess with. So it's just a really complicated, ugly situation that unfortunately is going to affect a whole bunch of Fortnite pros who have absolutely nothing to do with what's going on. But what does this mean for the prize money? Is it going to roll down to other players? I don't believe so. In the situation that next FNCS, this is still going on, and the same thing happens. Kiriachi comes second in FNCS. I believe his $100,000 is just going to stay with Epic. I don't think they're going to roll it down and redistribute it to other players. They didn't make a statement on how that's going to work. I guess that would be incredibly ugly to try and figure out how it rolls down, and then I just don't even know what this is going to mean for Fortnite going forward. We did get some statements from Fortnite pros. We had Malibuka tweet out, "Please say that this was a joke. I'm going to cry at Fortnite competitive." But again, unfortunately, there is absolutely nothing Fortnite's going to be able to do about this situation. You had Stormy Right tweet out again. Stormy Right is Ukrainian, not Russian, but obviously he's in a friend group with a lot of Russians. They speak Russian as their language to each other when they play. That's obviously what Stormy Right and Kiriachi speak together. He tweeted out, "Yep, it was predictable. Not gonna lie, everyone from our friend group were waiting for this tweet. This is so sad." So again, a whole bunch of Ukrainians who are still in friend groups with Russian pros and now watching their Russian friends get punished for something they don't support. It's just a really, really crappy, really sad situation. But I knew I needed to make a video to inform you guys because I feel like a lot of people are getting confused about exactly why this is and what it's going to mean for Fortnite competitive going forward. If these sanctions are eventually lifted by the US government and the other countries around the world, I fully believe Epic will then be allowed to have Russian players compete, win money, and pay them. So until those sanctions are lifted, I think this is the way it's going to stay though. Speaking of the future of Russian players playing, this could go even further, and again, it's completely outside of Fortnite's control, but it looks like Russian players might actually just not even be able to play Fortnite in the near future or even have access to the global internet, and this is absolutely ridiculous. TikTok, Netflix are suspending their services in the country, Facebook has been blocked, Twitter has been partly blocked, and YouTube's future is in doubt. Apple, Samsung, Microsoft, Oracle, Cisco, and others have pulled back or withdrawn entirely from Russia. Even online video games like Minecraft are no longer available. So all of this information could be completely voided when it comes to Russian players claiming prize money, because if these things go ahead and there's other tweets out there supporting evidence of Russia actually potentially disconnecting the entire country from the global internet, Russian pros might not even be able to compete in Fortnite in the near future because they might not even be able to play. I want to include that in there because I felt like it was relevant to this whole situation. But again, I am not a political commentary channel. If you want to figure out what I'm talking about or get more information, go do your own research. I am not an expert in this field. I'm just relaying the information from trusted sources in case you're curious, but it's going to be very crazy to see how going forward this affects Fortnite competitive, even though this is such a small minute area that is being affected by a very sad circumstance. There are a few other new pieces of news coming out from Fortnite. I will probably make a video on that tomorrow. It just feels weird to put at the end of this video being like, oh, there's a mythic thermal AR coming out. It just feels really strange when I'm talking about a topic that is so serious and affects so many people's lives. So I apologize for the shorter video, but I wanted to make sure I got this news and information out ASAP because a lot of people in the scene are confused. I know you guys look to me to try to clear stuff up, so I hope it made it a little bit more understandable. And again, apologize for the shorter video. I'll have another one tomorrow talking about what's coming up with the new season, and I'll start bringing out my videos pretty soon about my wish list for next season, what I hope they'll do with FNCS, the map, and all that, which you guys always enjoy. So hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please chuck a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.